One. Bing, bing. We're live. It is Wednesday. It is the Kent Beck Scrum. We have Sam. We have Aresh. Yeah, I guess we'll just start with updates. What have I been doing? Goodness, what I was most recently doing, I was just looking through the AV 102 course. That's the teaching assistant course for the MOOC, and thinking about how to adjust that for the next run of the course. Yeah, main thing previously was we had the Elixir mob, which went quite well. The Udemy course on Elixir is very good. I have to say that's Stephen Grinder, I think. And yeah, so we're maybe thinking about setting up some Elixir pairing sessions. Yeah, other bits and pieces going on in website one. Sprint is underway, making reasonable progress there. I'm not blocked by anything. Some nice PRs coming in for local support. Website one that I'm reviewing. But yeah, main thing is I'm so excited about the async voter functionality and where it's got to, and just kind of now making that more and more available to the different projects. So that's what we're going to focus on next. Yeah, that's my update. Aresh, anything to update? Anything you've done of interest, or anything blocking you?
Well, the last thing that I done in the AI venture to improve, to improve the documentation of that asynchronous, following Lara's and Kumar, I think is how his name, advices. And there is a pending pull request there.
Yes.
Well, a lot of as a curiosity, I'm trying to get involved in other communities. I found a project called Coral Project.
Coral.
Which is, I don't know how to explain the purpose of the application, but this is an application to run surveys. They have an embeddable form that you use in your in every online news to run some questionnaires and those kind of things. And the interesting part is that because I'm learning, I want to improve in JavaScript, or with the JavaScript ecosystem, they have stack is only in JavaScript, and they are using the trending technologies as React, GraphQL, and those kind of things.
Cool. Do you have a link to the community?
Yes, Coral Project.
Yeah, I can probably search for it.
Yes, coralproject.net.
Oh yeah, I think I found it. Yeah. Cool. And this is related to journalism.
Yes, it's a tool. They're building two tools, and it's a collaboration between the Mozilla Foundation and the New York Times.
Oh, awesome! Oh, very cool. Very cool. Just pop that in here. All right. There's so much cool stuff going on. Okay, cool. And there's nothing blocking you technically at the moment, then?
No. Well, a part of that pull request and the things that we need to discuss to keep going with the project. I have no blockers.
Great. Well, that's a wonderful segue into the project. Yes, and so yeah, I kind of wasn't on the ball for the pull request, but the pull request, you've got the issue created. I'm just trying to look if there was a. It's interesting. I think I didn't get a notification that came through on that pull request. So I'm just going to put an action item for myself to ensure we have PR notifications for async voter new repo. But yeah, this looks exactly like the kind of stuff that we want. So yeah, I can't see any reason not to pull that in. and obviously we can, what's the word? We can iterate on that. So that's pulled in, and then so now we have some more information about the usage. Now, I guess that the funny thing is for this is, so is Ashley. The interesting thing about this is, for the people in Agile Ventures, they don't need to install it already, do they? I mean, it's installed. Like, this is the kind of how to use it if you're you want to set up on a new Slack instance. So anyway, I think that's fine as that stands. I just see what that does to the board. That puts that over there. Yeah. So the way we've been doing there's new sort of sprint kickoffs in website 1, and we don't have to do them exactly the same. I think each project is free to evolve its own thing, and I think you're keen to do, see if we can do the sprint thing online, which would asynchronously, which would be very interesting as well. But so do you have, like, now we've merged that pull request, are there key issues that are in the board, or maybe not in the board, that are like the next steps for you?
Kumar looks interested in contributing with this project, so that is one of the reasons why I wrote give on the documentation, so other people can start building an environment.
Right.
And now I think I need to, or I would like to perform a little refactor because if anybody start writing code, this will become a mess easily.
Sure.
And also I'm learning Node.js, and I need to learn some good practices.
Sure.
To know how to separate the things. That is because I would like to perform a refactor. I'm not sure how to refactor this code yet.
Okay.
I need to learn a little bit more about the best Node practices.
Well, great.
But obviously, this not will abort any feature. Or...
No, and it's maybe where we are is that I think that's fine. But so were you saying you're hoping that maybe within the Corral project itself, people might use the async voter?
Well, perhaps, I'm not sure. I just starting talking with them.
Yeah.
Perhaps they are using other tools. For instance, instead of Google Hangouts, they are using. They have a personal schedule, and you can book a consultants in hours with their developers. That calendar. So it's interesting to see how all the remote teams work. But well, perhaps they're interesting in use.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yes, I mean, I was sort of I'm partly writing it down here because I wasn't sure what you said. I think it would be very interesting for async voter to be used by other teams. Like, if it can be packaged into a easy to use solution, be fantastic. But you're right. Yes, when you go into a new group, step by step, see how you go. And yes, I think we could do so much better in Agile Ventures in terms of supporting the remote teams, and there's so much to learn from other groups. I think that's wonderful. So yeah, I'll be very interested to hear everything about. You're saying they have a scheduler. You saying are they using something instead of Hangouts though, like a different technology like Zoom? Or
yes, that technology is called Zoom.
They're using Zoom. Yeah, they're using Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, which maybe we should switch to. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and so you want to do these things. That all makes great sense. I guess we've got a ticket there now. Of course, this is confusing because one of the things that we've, I guess, having got yours there, I just wrote down. So yeah, more than tickets for me, the key issues that I'm thinking about for the project at the moment are these three: about the hosting, about the development pipeline, and also just working out which repos, because we've had this process where, we've got like 4 or 5 repos, maybe 4. Let's have a look. I was just let's go back to here. Agile Ventures. Yeah, if we put async in here, we've ended up with these 4, haven't we? Of which, so this one here, async voter Slack, is the one that we're now focusing on. That's your coding effort, and I think has the best interface. This was the admin interface. Well, I mean, it was sort of the React thing. I think maybe what we should just quickly do here. Can I edit the name of that? Edit the description. So this is like React admin interface for async voter. I almost want to change the name of this repo to make it clear about what it is. Let's put React UI in there to make that clearer.
I think that all those projects are experiments,
right?
And now finally we found something which is really useful, or other people is interesting.
It's 16 hours.
Well, I won't suggest you to delete those repos, but obviously we will not work on those anymore.
Indeed, yes. I mean, I think the React UI Adrian was driving that. I think this one that I did. This was the one that I did, wasn't I? Yeah, this was. I guess the thing that I'm particularly looking for. Oh, we have a new. Hello, Mahesh. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
How you doing? Good to see you. You all right?
I just signed up for this website, Agile Ventures. I've seen this and joined randomly.
Yeah, welcome. This is it's everybody welcome. This is Aresh is here. I'm Sam. Yeah, we're just discussing one of our projects and sort of working through that. Are you happy to just listen in for a bit, and then we'll talk to you a bit more later on?
Sure. Carry on.
Yeah. So feel free to listen in, and we'll have a bit of a chat just once we've worked out a few things with the project. So yeah, what I was going to say, Aresh, is that with the async voter there, I'll just mute you, Mahesh, just for the moment. Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question, or also there's a chat over here at the side if you want to say hello and stuff, or just ask other questions in the flow. So let's go back here. So I wrote this, the async Slack bot based on that bot interface. You've used a different kind of integration, haven't you, Aresh, for the async voter Slack thing? Is there a good name for that integration that you've used that makes it different from a bot? I mean, it's sort of this slash command, right?
Yes. Well, you can Slack offer different APIs or interface to build applications. You can build bots or commands, Slack commands, and another kind of things. Or you can even build a single application which uses all their APIs together.
Right.
So I name it Slack to differentiate from the standard or the old assign voter API.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I just added, just while we were before the meeting, I just added a thing here, like in the description, to indicate that this was just like for me. As I was navigating them, I was finding myself getting lost. What I might do here is just adjust the name of the thing to call it Slack command. We can always change it back later. This is partly for myself now, getting these things clear. Yeah, I mean, I would not anticipate doing any further development on the Slack bots now that we have the Slack command. I don't know about React UI. The thing that I was going to say is that what At the moment, though, with the Slack command, all of the data is being stored in like Redis locally, and there is the potential to hook up the async voter Slack command to the async voter API that we have, right? And so that the data would be stored and then accessible from another location. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but I will suggest to keep the things simple and we are in a phase, in a stage that we have an internal users. Well, the Agile Ubuntu community finally is using the bot or something that we made. They looks interesting. Perhaps they want to suggest some more features. So I will suggest to just work on a single part and not try not complicate or overthink the things, because
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yes.
I think the API was an experiment.
Yes, it was.
We learned a lot of things from that, but the most important thing is that we started from perhaps a wrong direction. We started from a different point of view. Now I think we are in a better, in a good path. We are building something that just can be useful for someone, and it don't need a lot of infrastructure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's, you know, it's interesting. The async voter API was an experiment. We kind of built like an infrastructure component, and we were thinking about, oh yeah, we want to do all this tracking and this and that and so on, and this microservices thing. And that was a great experiment. And we learned, as I say, we learned some things, but the danger is that we build all of this infrastructure that doesn't, you know, get at the user needs. And I think what we got first with having a bot that someone could use, and then now the Slack command is, like you say, yeah, the users are using it, and we can kind of work with them. And yeah, so I think, yeah, I mentioned it, it's certainly not the priority. I think the priority needs to be making the async voter as simple to use for the existing users as possible, and you know, keep on keeping them happy, and then maybe later on we can worry about connecting it up. So I think at least for me now, for my issue there with consolidating which repo we're working against, by having given them like sort of a consistent naming, at least for me, I don't know if it will help anybody else. For me, that's going to be clear. So then I was going to just quickly, so obviously, so the refactoring being important for you, and I think that's great. I was going to say, right, so we do have, right, so you've got a refactoring ticket, just as a sort of a placeholder. Is there a particular, and I guess we don't necessarily have to discuss it now, is it kind of an epic? I guess I'm thinking about moving us towards a situation where we can like split out some individual refactorings and then vote on them or something. Is there specific parts of the code that you want to refactor, or it's still, you're not sure?
Yeah. Well, ironically, there is just a single file which is called async -voter.js.
Right.
All the code is there. So. Well.
Okay. Yeah. So that's your main concern, is that we've got sort of a single big file.
We could perform the refactor on demand. We could start thinking on the next feature and refactor the little as possible, as much as we need on demand to implement that feature.
Right. Yes. Well, I think it's definitely good to have a review. I guess is the kind of ticket here, it's more than a specific refactor. Is maybe the ticket here is to research different ways to refactor and try and look at some other Node.js projects to work out the best ways to change the system.
Yes, you're right. We need to learn more about Node.
Right.
Perhaps the first step will be to split that file in different modules, perhaps.
Yeah.
In that case, one person, if a newcomer wants to contribute to this project, hopefully he should only touch a single file,
right.
A single part with effect.
Absolutely.
Yes, perhaps. Not sure.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think and look at other Node.js projects for practices. Yeah. So I'm seeing that there's kind of like there's two things to do there. I mean, as part of this, we'll maybe call this research possible code refactorings. And yeah, it's kind of, we could vote on, I guess maybe actually just partly for Mahesh to sort of see what we're on about. Shall we have a little vote? Should we just, it's kind of almost a trivial ticket, but should we do a vote on this, Aresh, and Mahesh can maybe join in, and you know, then just to sort of make it concrete? How does that sound?
Well, why not?
Yeah.
We don't know how much effort will take, because it's something. Well, I have a previous experience. Agile methodologies and every methodologies of building, or methodologies related to building software, works when you have a previous experience, building things. But there are some kind of issues or features that are so that you don't know exactly what you have to do, so therefore you don't know how effort it will cost, because it's something related to research most, rather than coding or
yes, like I agree. I mean, and so what I've done is I've changed the tickets so that the ticket that we would be voting on is just to do the research and not to actually make the code changes. So it's like the idea with the sprint being that we would, you know, the thing we've been doing in website 1 is by having the sprint kickoff and then voting on tickets and then assigning, we kind of then sort of make some sort of commitment, like, oh, I'm going to work on these ones, and the other person's going to work on these other ones. And so yeah, like I'm imagining that this is something that you might want to take the lead on, and I'm sort of turning it into a ticket that might be realistic to do in the next week, which is just to make a list of possible refactorings. We've got one item, maybe you can find others, maybe not, and then I mean, we can all join in on it, but you know, if you wanted to take the lead on looking at some other Node.js projects and then report back, then we've sort of made the scope of the ticket small enough that we can vote on it and say, you know, what's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes, well, it makes sense. Document the things and specify the things.
Yeah, good stuff. So Mahesh, yeah, it looks like you've been invited, probably when you signed up for Agile Ventures. So you should have an invite to the Slack in your email, and that will allow you to participate in the vote. I can just maybe send you. Just getting it to view the pending invites. But so what I'll do while I'm mixing that is I'm going to start, and even if you can't participate in the votes, Mahesh, you can at least sort of see how we do it, and that'll give you some context for the project that we're talking about. There we go. All right, so I'm going to bring in the thing here, and so this is so what we've got is a mechanism that set up so we can do voter, and I've got the card, so that should, if it's all working, start a vote, although it doesn't seem to have. Is the is this the issue that we've got with perhaps the startup time on this system?
Right.
So we've got a we can generate another issue because we've got the yeah. I tell you what, Mahesh, you can post a link there where you can try and access a sign up for the Slack instance. Okay, well, let me open a bug ticket for that there. It's interesting, isn't it? So new issue, just tried from Slack and no response from system. I did /voter. I've lost the link now. Okay. Let's try that. So I was trying to get. Yeah, I've just done it again. So we'll put there tried 3 times. No joy. Interesting. So we've got at least the issues are appearing in the channel. So, okay. So then I guess that actually brings me up to the other 2 issues that I had on my list is, the hosting and the hosting cost situation and the process for yeah, just reply there. So Mahesh, it should use your Agile Ventures, your GitHub email, whatever your GitHub email is, to invite you there. So for me at the moment, I think it's on DigitalOcean, right, Arash?
Yes, it's in DigitalOcean.
And yeah, so which I'm much less familiar with, and we have an Agile Ventures setup there, and you kind of shared it with me.
Yes, I did. I added you as an owner of this organization. If you click there in your avatar, you can see the.
Okay, yeah. So I'm now here, part of the screen. Okay, so we've got. So this is the droplet, and at the moment, this is connected to like your credit card, or
I use PayPal.
Oh, okay.
So it's not connected to my credit card.
Oh, much better.
But if you click on the AI Ventures logo, as you did before, perhaps you can see a settings where you can access to the billing.
Oh yeah, okay. Right, and so we should definitely make this like connected to the Agile Ventures thing rather than yours. So okay, well, I mean, I don't have to do that right now, but I'll create. That's an action item for me. And we've got so put. This is async voter on that's DigitalOcean onto AV PayPal, because I don't want you to be on the hook for money for that. So I can get that done. So now in this context of, we've had it for some reason not work, is there so from here, can I go in and we can access some logging for this?
Yes, you can use that IP to SSH the machine.
Okay, here. Yes. Right.
But well, perhaps now I use a complex deployment infrastructure. I use Docker, okay. Which is let's say an application to recreate a Heroku-like environment.
Okay. Yeah.
Where you can push you can deploy using Git commands. And perhaps I should write some notes for you and for the rest of the community about how to use this.
Yes.
Or perhaps I should remove that application and just run on a standalone deployment.
Well, I think, go on.
No, I was overexcited and I'm thinking, I thought that we will use this account for this server for multiple projects. So that is because I installed this docu there.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn Docker and the new thing. Yeah, I think we want to, whatever we do, we want to make it set up so that it's not just you who is like, the pressure is all on you to, maintain the instance. We want to make sure that others. So yeah, if that means you writing down the how to maintain this instance, then yeah, or whatever is the you think is the best way forward. I'm very happy to learn new things and to try new stuff out. So I guess, but so right this second, it's kind of, I guess, difficult for me to try and debug this failure that we encountered in right now.
Yeah, well, I'm if you want, we could discuss other tickets, and then later we can try to figure out the problem together, or I could try.
Yeah. Let me see if the different things. Now, what have I done? Somehow I've now managed to lose the little set of notes that I had, or what we were talking about. Let me see. Here, I found them. Yeah. Well, so but I think we've covered it in as much as, I mean, this is the remaining thing for me. So I've got an action item for myself. Clearly, I can log in there and sort out the payment framework. We're hosting on DigitalOcean. You've used the Doku thing, and so this is the sort of key thing for me now. Is right. If we have a change and it needs to be deployed, what's the mechanism for doing that? So you've got the Doku setup. Yeah, if you can explain to me, either just writing it out, like how to do that. I would love to kind of be able to do a, both a deployment and a debugging, to just feel confident that as issues come up, I can kind of help address them and fix them, and that we've got that, as a shared knowledge for everyone to be able to address. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. I'm totally against about policies where a single person is the only one who can deployments and touch servers. So yes, I will write some note in the documentation. I will open also another pull request explaining how to use this. And if you found this our killing for this application, we can perform a standalone deployment.
Yep.
And well, if you want, if you have time now, I could share my screen. And
yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just thinking about. I mean, I've probably got 10 minutes now. It depends. Yeah, I think there's no time like the present. I think I'm just checking there. It looks like we lost Mahesh, but there we go. What am I doing there? Brain. Yeah, I think. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you want to share your screen and just start showing me, and I can take some. Obviously, that's a good way of capturing it for the recording. And we're sort of thinking about it right now. So yeah, if you want to share me some stuff, I say I'll need to go in about 10 minutes, but you can show me 10 minutes of stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm sharing my screen, my desktop.
Yep, I think I can see it. Yep.
Okay. This is the DigitalOcean stuff, and here is the IP. Wait, yeah. And I got a console here. I run SSH in the machine using the root account. I added not other user without so much privileges, but basically we have to add your SSH public key to authorized host.
Yes.
To be able to run with your console, or you can also create another user and use this web console. But I prefer to use the system console instead. Well, anyway, here we are in the machine, and we have a new command which is called Doku. I don't know how to pronounce this, but
Yeah, that Docker. So do I need to install Docker? Is that
no, I'm in the machine right now as a root user. I'm in the server, so I log in the server with. I'm logging in into the server, to the DigitalOcean machine. Now we are in the server as a root, and in there we can run this command, which lists us a lot of options. For instance, we can list the running application with Docker apps, and there we can see we have just an application running there, which is called async Bolter. And we can also enter. Well, by the way, Docker is a series of bash scripts that allow you to run Docker containers and perform deploys with commands as you do with the Heroku. You have just to git push to that remote origin, and this will use the Heroku build packs, which is a set of instructions, will detect your stack and set up an environment for you and run the application. In this case, it detects that this is a Node.js application and install all the required stuff and run the application. I think that the problem is related to the environment variables, where you have to export some environment variables with the Slack keys or Slack keys. I don't want to display those environments.
No, that's fine. I mean, I guess the first thing for me is the Docker stuff is like I want to run Docker. I mean, you're on OS X there. I'm just trying to install Docker in the background. I mean, I think I understand the kind of overview very, very well. It all makes sense. I mean, the real trick is going to be just being able to replicate doing that on my system. I mean, I just tried to do brew install Docker, that didn't work. I mean, I just tried here to I was just following the instructions on this is the GitHub Docker page to pull down this bootstrap sh and run it, and it kind of failed on my my system. But
I think it's not needed. It's not required to install Docker in your local machine. You can experiment with our server. You can just run SH, log into the server, and perform.
And then you're using Docker, right? So you've got Docker. Okay, so I don't need to install Docker locally. That makes sense.
And they have great documentation here.
Here you can. So then I guess the key thing is to get me enabled to SSH into the instance, which I can't do at the moment because it hasn't got my public key or whatever set up. And so now, is that the key thing there? If I can now get back to where the DigitalOcean window was, is going to be here. I mean, it gives me this console, but I mean, I mean, in principle, I could log in through here, right? Because this is kind of bootstrapping off the browser to log in correctly.
Yeah, you need the password.
Right.
Use the root user and the password.
Okay, but then so that would be the same as the password for the whatever it's called, whatever we've got set up as the password for the DigitalOcean.
Not really, because this is a new machine. I installed this machine and use different kind of, well, in DigitalOcean you can have multiple machines. Sure. You can use every machine and set up every machine in a different way. So I can give you the password. But
okay, do you want to do that over Slack in the direct message?
I prefer to use the public key. because.
Oh, sure. Okay, but so if I wanna transfer the public key to you, I'm gonna like get my public key from my let me see. I mean, I've got .ssh folder and whatever config. Let's see.
Yes. Look at my screen. You just have to do that. This cat.ssh. This is what I need.
ID RSA pub, is that the thing that I need? Give me a sec. I can't find too many screens. Okay, I'm looking at your screen. Sorry. Yeah, show me again.
Okay, so this is the command that you have to run.
Yeah. I'm using more, but yeah. Yeah, so I've got that, and so if I Slack that to you, dum, bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Authorized keys. This is my SSK key. Let me check this one. This flag is right here. Perfect. We can. This is a what? Everybody can see this key because it's a public key.
Yep.
And now I think you will be able to log into this machine as a root user.
Right. And you've been.
Let me.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Or well, at least I'm just doing like this. I'm just doing SSH to the.
As a root user, because
so I need to do like minus u root or something.
No, well, I type. Okay.
Root at.
But you can see in the Google Hangouts chat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Fine, great.
Okay, so no, so then I'm logged in, and so then I would need to run like docu list here.
Not sure if docu apps instead. Well, just run docu.
Okay, yeah. So I can see the app. Nice. Okay, cool. And so here, if I want to see, for example, the logs for the async,
run docu and press enter.
Okay, so I've got all the.
And there you can see all the available options.
Right.
Hopefully there is one for checking the logs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you need to specify that.
Right. Okay.
What's happening? I bet for the problem is related to the environment variables.
Okay. So has something checked? Like the, I mean, people have used. Like we were using the voter on Friday, and it was working. Do you think something has changed on the system since Friday? That.
Yes, I was perhaps I broke this because I realized that I cannot install the bot in another Slack Teams, so I was playing with the environment variable.
Okay.
Perhaps
yeah. So I think that comes back to, so we want to move towards a development pipeline where ultimately we have like a develop and a staging and a production server. So, you know, the production server changes less frequently, and when we want to experiment, we can do it with the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Currently, we have a staging server in let's say in Heroku, but we could also run another or set up another instance here.
Yeah.
And have
yeah, I think we probably should do like the ideal situation with the staging server is that it mirrors as closely as possible the production server, so that if there's if we roll something out and the production server fails, we can then immediately test that failure on the staging server with a minimum of difference or other variables. But anyway, this is great. I think I'm probably going to have to go now, but I think we've kind of established various things, and we've got me access to that box. I think if you can write up more. I mean, I love the idea of using Doku to try and manage the thing and get ourselves, you know, kind of like a bit more of a Heroku-like thing bootstrapped on top of DigitalOcean. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, if you want to write up some more about how you're managing it, and I will use that to try and, you know, replicate and encounter issues, we can kind of, I guess that's our thing. Like, so if we end up from this, we haven't really done it in terms of tickets, but so I guess we've got, it's like the commitment from both of us is, you know, on the, you know, best practices and where to refactor. We'll both have a look at over the next week, and then so you're gonna document Doku, and I'm gonna try adminning Doku. Yeah.
Okay.
And also I'm going to adjust the just payment framework. Yeah. Does that sound like a? And then this, the idea with the sprint is that we kind of agree that this is sort of the thing that we're going to try and get done by next Wednesday, and then next Wednesday, whether we do it in a Hangout or we could try just doing it in Slack or whatever you like, then we'll kind of repeat each time with, okay, we try and say this is the chunk we're going to do, try and get it done. Next week we do the same thing again. Does that sound like a plan?
Yes, I like the idea.
Fantastic.
Do something regularly.
Yeah. Excellent. Great stuff. Thanks so much for all of your hard work, Aresh. I'm, you know, I love the new interface. It's really lovely, and looking forward to you know, tweaking it and, you know, improving it and getting more and more people using it.
Okay, fine, great. So what? Let's meet next Wednesday. I will see you in the Slack.
Yep, I'll see you in the Slack. I'll post these notes in from there, and off we go. Great. All right. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
And hi to, if it was Mahesh who was watching. It was good to see you. Hopefully we'll see you again. All right. Bye for now.